Bom dia from here in Lisbon, Portugal. I just arrived here to Lisbon a couple days ago for somewhat of a spontaneous trip to see the bro and see the cousin. So first weekend here, we're gonna be doing a little exploration, little roadie all around Portugal. So the bro, Cody Candy, is gonna be telling us what we're about to be doing the next 36 hours or so.
All right, yeah, I got the plan here. I'm also navigating Roberto. But this weekend we're going to the villages of the Beiras. I said that wrong, I'm sure, but it's up near the Spanish border on the east side, or at least in that direction.
Continue straight.
We're gonna start with National Forest, so Mata Nacional. After that, we'll make our way over to Piauí, which is a cool village that's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. So, should be a good time.
That sounds epic.
I think we're gonna have a damn good time.
All right, guys, so we'll see you once we get to the first stop. First stop of today's roadie is at Busaco Forest with the bros here. It's about €5 to enter with a car. Up to 5 people can get in. And there's a bunch of places to hike to. So just a few steps from where you park, you've already got a stunning set of stairs with a waterfall running through the middle. So I have a feeling this is gonna be a beautiful hike, especially because the bro recommended it. After about a 10 or 15 minute walk up here, we got into the city center, or the town center, the little village. You have some really old ancient architecture, as you can see right behind me. And then on the other side, look at this garden. Absolutely stunning. Every single bush is perfectly cut to make these beautiful patterns. Look at how absolutely stunning this garden is. Everything is perfectly designed with all the flowers above us. Oh, and the bro just pointed out down here, got black swan swimming in this little pond. They're enjoying the views right down there as well. They're looking out into the garden, as you can see right there. Since we're up here in the forest, the oxygen is so much cleaner and there's so many flowers. So when you take a deep breath, you can smell the flowers, you can enjoy the fresh air. So after checking out the gardens, we ended up hiking a little further up. Unfortunately, my microphone had died and I did not realize it. But we found this cool little cottage that had some beautiful views looking out over the national forest right there. And we hung out there for a bit before making our way to the next place. On our drive over to Piauí, there was such beautiful landscapes along the way. Just winding roads through the mountains with beautiful yellow flowers lighting up everything in the distance. And we stopped along the way. It's a great place to take your time, a leisurely drive through this area, because there's just so much to see, a bunch of small little Portuguese towns, and it's really enjoyable on the way to Piauí. All right, guys, after checking out the forest, it's about a 1 hour and 30-minute drive to get to our next stop, this village my brother recommended. Apparently a very beautiful, small, and not as well known as some of the other places like Algarve, Lagos, Porto, but you'll definitely get that true feeling of the Portuguese culture in this place. So this is where we're actually going to be spending the night. We've driven about 1 hour and 20 minutes and we have another 10 minutes to go, and I can tell you the last, let's say 30 minutes or so, we've had a super beautiful drive, just weaving through these mountains that stretch so far into the distance with these like super beautiful yellow plants all along them. So it's super cool to stop at some of the different stop-offs along the road. So make sure you are driving this route during the day or in the afternoon so you can experience how beautiful these rolling hills and mountains are. So that's what we're going to be doing for the next 10 more minutes, and then we will see you guys in the village. But if it gets too dark, then we'll be showing you guys the village tomorrow. Bom dia, as they say here in Portugal, which means good morning. We just had a really nice breakfast here. It's seriously like the true Airbnb experience, the bed and breakfast experience, where you wake up in a really cozy place, get some delicious breakfast, and now we're going to be doing some exploring of this place. Hopefully it's not too rainy, that's why I switched over to the GoPro just in case, but a lot of cool things we're going to be showing you today, hiking to some villages, checking out this village a little bit more, and so many other cool things. So let's do it. We're doing a little stroll through the town this morning, and it is just as quiet as it was last night. I don't know where all the people are. but it's already 9 a.m. and it seems like they probably went to bed super early last night, because when we walked around the town through every street, every possible little pathway through here, we couldn't find anyone. But there's still nobody here, so maybe it's because of the pandemic, or maybe there's just not that many people living here. But honestly, it adds a nice little charm to it, actually, just because like it feels like we have the place to ourselves. Well, the village. We're gonna be doing the Foz de Igua village here. It's about a 55-minute walk this way or a 45-minute walk that way, so it sounds like a little loop. What do you think, bro?
Yeah, there's a lot of cool bridges and cool things to see along the way.
Sweet, let's do it. So guys, we're on our way back to the car right now, and you can check it out right here. There is a fresh water little spot to do your laundry here. So as you can see on this spot right here, it's always pumping in new water. You can hear the noise of it draining out. So you can come down here like a local, get your laundry done. So if you look right down there, from July 1st to August 31st, they actually dam that area, so all the water coming down here builds up into a nice little beach. They even have it labeled as a praia. I don't know the exact name, but if you're here during the summer, you get a nice little community hangout spot to go swimming right there at the local beach. After a nice little 40-minute walk, we have arrived to Foz de Agua, and we're walking into the little town here. Seems pretty quiet, just like the last town we were in.
Ooh, look at that little...
Because we got Foz de Agua and Piscina Natural Izquierda.
You could do a weekend trip of like a 20 miles of hiking, and end somewhere like this.
You hear that? 20 miles of hiking. That could be a great way to see this area, because we're noticing all these places. Bar de Foz right here. Great little spot to grab a cerveza pre-pandemic days. So I can just imagine this place probably has so much life and character for a little weekend getaway that not too many people know about. So definitely add this to your itinerary post-pandemic. All right, so we have arrived to Piscina Natural, but it looks like it's just like the other place that we were at in the last village, where they dam it for certain times of the year. God damn it. So it's not open. Unfortunately, Bobby Bob can't jump in like we were hoping to, but it's still cool to see, because you have, as you can see right up here, bridges connecting to these little houses right along there. Super picturesque. Bobby, what do you think of Foz de Agua? So we just crossed this super beautiful bridge, but unfortunately, guys, I can't recommend you to do it because you're actually not allowed. We didn't realize that this said passage forbidden. So I don't know for what reason that is, whether it's someone's house, whether it's dangerous. It was a little scary walking across it, not gonna lie, but super cool. So I wouldn't recommend it, but it is still cool to see. On to the next spot. All right, and we're en route back to Pio Dao. We're doing the loop trail, and here we go with the sun shining right on Bobby Bob. This is like the rich person of this village. They have their own little private pool. They've got access right to the bridge, super close. A little pavilion down there to chill at. Are you good with that? So we've got a 45-minute or so walk back to the main village we stayed at. And we're gonna try and make it before restaurants close at 1 p.m. right now because of COVID. So I'm not sure when that's going to be over, but just keep that in mind. Stop at the grocery store if you're gonna be visiting in the next couple months, just in case it's not open yet. Because we were in a bind last night when we couldn't find anything to eat. So that was a bit of a bummer, but luckily we had a little trail mix to get us by. So now we're gonna go into second gear to get us back. I must say I'm enjoying the walk back even more, even though it's a little more strenuous because we're like out in the trails now versus on the pavement. And we're like in it now. We're like right on the side of these mountains. You can see those Bali-like landscapes where it looks like the rice fields they have, which is super cool. A bit more of a workout though because we're going uphill. So I would recommend doing this route. Guys, we're arriving back in the village and it is like even more magical than before because now the sun's out. Now we can see so far into the distance. It's just, this place is something else. I'm loving this little place. Such a hidden little getaway. We're thinking a lot of these places must be maybe summer homes because there is nobody around. Obviously the pandemic plays a role in it as well, but you would still think like some people would at least come out to get some fresh air here, just because there are so few people that live in a small village like this. Here's our spot where we stayed too. So we actually just completed the full loop all the way around. I can't stop smiling walking through this place. It's such a cool little experience. It's like you think back to how similar this place was to what it is now, like 50 years ago. It probably had very little change besides maybe a few less tourists when you when you weren't able to get here by car. Because back in the 1970s, the only way was by horse carriage and foot. So, success. The bros have made it in, I think, 10 minutes less, right, Cody? Yep. 10 minutes less than we anticipated. As you can see, it's quite busy here. This is the most amount of people we've seen since we've been here, like a total of like 6 or 7 people. So, pretty sweet. You got gift shops down here. You got a couple cafe options. But once again, if you're coming here soon, the restaurants are only open till about 1 p.m. Post-pandemic, obviously, they're going to be open much later. But words of advice. Name a better post-hike combo. A little agua. And of course, a little cafe con leche. Nothing like European coffee. Oh yeah. Bobby Bob, what's this one called?
It's called chorizo.
Chorizo.
Chorizo asado.
Chorizo.
What we're gonna do is.
And Bobby Bob, so we got these sandwiches that you found on the menu. What are they?
These are bifana no pau.
I gotta confirm what Bobby Bob said. This sandwich is delicious. And wanna know what makes it even better? It'll only run you €3. 3 single euros to have a delicious meal after hiking around here. How's that chorizo treating you, bro?
It's pretty good.
Pretty good hitting the spot?
Would you recommend it?
Yes. The World Nomad fans, yes.
That was a delicious meal right over here in the city center. Oh, the chorizo, that sandwich, all of it was super good. Definitely come check them out. We only spent 22 euros for the 3 of us to eat a nice big meal there. So super affordable here in this Portuguese village. We're going to be heading back to the car now, and we're going to take a 2-hour drive to our next stop on this road trip here in Portugal. We'll see you over there at the car. Alright guys, we're back in the car and we have a 2-hour drive over to the village of Monsanto. Is that how we say it? Monsanto. So here in Portugal, and we've been driving for about 10-15 minutes or so already, and the drive from the village, we were just in Pinhal, is so beautiful. Windy roads around these amazing mountains, and there's all these small little like pockets of villages throughout here, and I am just loving this part of the drive. It's such a cool way to see Portugal. So okay. Alright guys, so we just arrived to our next spot here, which is the village of Monsanto, which is right here at the top of this like mountain slash hill thing, and it's quite famous for these massive boulders they have aligning it. So we're going to be doing a little walking around the city, show you this quaint little town, quaint little village, and probably hike up to the top, see if we can see some beautiful views. So let's do it. This right here is a classic example of the city. This house had to build right around the boulder. That is custom architecture right there. We got another example of the boulders taking over and the houses just fitting in the little crevices. We've got a nice little viewpoint right here called Miradouro do Forno, right next to the bathrooms too. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Alright, after just a couple minutes, we're almost up here to the top, and now we're really starting to see some of these massive boulders that this place is known for. Super cool spot, especially it being so close to the Spanish border. Probably was the perfect hideout spot back in the day. And one thing that I want to mention is the Portuguese guy that we ran into earlier said that like around now here in April up till June is the best time to visit this place because it's not too hot yet and it's super green, being obviously in the springtime right now. So Monsanto has so many rock formations here. Everywhere you look, you're going to be blown away because they're like these massive granite weathered rocks that over time have just really created an amazing place to explore. So the absolute must when you come to Monsanto is to hike up to the castle. I'd say it probably will take us maybe 15-20 minutes total with stops. Checking out some of these miradores. Miradoras, as they say here. Hello, sire. Would you enjoy entering our castle? Squire, reveal yourself.
Raise the drawbridge. I need a chicken thigh.
I hope you enjoyed a little sneak peek of our Netflix series that's premiering soon called Land of the Kings here in Portugal. Alright, I've been to a lot of castles when I've traveled, but this one might be my favorite actually. The place just offers such good views of Spain, of Portugal, and the landscapes here they're just absolutely stunning. So you should only be climbing around these rocks if you're an experienced climber and you have hiking shoes. So definitely not what I'm doing. But we made it. And we're here. They call me Spartan Mac. Huzzah! Alright, we just finished up exploring the castle, and I must say, this is my favorite castle I've ever explored. What about you, Bobby? How does it rank?
Pretty good. It was definitely top 10.
Cool spot. Like this place, I think is my favorite out of all the places we saw this weekend so far, just because these boulders are legendary. All right, guys, and that wraps up our weekend road trip. Thanks to the bro for planning all this. It was such an awesome time, as you guys could probably tell by watching.
A good time with World Nomac.
You know it, and with the bro and with Bobby Bob.
Yo.
So I can tell you, after doing this weekender, you'll definitely want to do this if you're in Lisbon, if you have some time, or if you're just driving around Portugal. It is a great, all these places are a great set of destinations for you guys to stop at. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. If you've liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we will see you guys in the next video.